Most of you know me. For those of you who don't, I'm Pastor Dave Gideon here at First Congregational Church of Webster. We're very pleased to greet you and also to have in our presence today the much anticipated Vanessa Kersting, whom we've been talking about for about a month now. As I was pointing out to her, my neighbor clergy have been hearing about for even longer than that. So Vanessa is an artist from down under. Now, when you're in a church, you hear down under, you may think one place, but we mean Australia. Yes. She's come and has been residing in the States for a while. She lives just outside of Jackson, Mississippi, and so has come and blessed us with her presence. She, in last year, was voted an up-and-coming Australian artist, and the last 8, I believe, of your singles were in the top 30 of the contemporary Christian market there. She is a friend and of our former youth director, Amy Brooks, who some of you will remember. So it was Amy who introduced her to us and let us know that Vanessa was going to be around. So she is here to share her passion and inspiration as she has been doing across 2 continents at least that we know of. So some logistical things. Most of you are familiar with the building, but for those of you who may need a restroom at some point, there are restrooms on either side of the narthex, which is this lobby area out here, and we encourage you to take advantage of those as need may arise. This is going to be a very informal concert. Vanessa is going to be talking to you and singing for you, and that is so basically, if you feel the need to move up closer, to get a little closer, to get up and walk out for a while if you need to, that's okay. We're all here and just sharing a wonderful time together. So thanks for being here, and please welcome Vanessa Kersting.
Oh, hear the word declared to you as he became a man. The Father's passion ceases not for his eternal plan. Wake up and see the time is full. The great exchange has come. The Son of God stands in our place. The Father's will is done. Oh, look and see the ancient Son, though rich, became so poor. With our poverty he folds, and blow by blow endured. Wake up and see his painful wealth, for this he came to be. The treasure of the triune life in our humanity. Oh, see our own for flesh embraced by him who dwells on high. He plunged into our darkness to bring the light of life. Wake up and see amazing grace in flesh the Father known to share with us within our reach the life that is his own. O Spirit, grant with unveiled face that we this man would see, and know his heart and soul and mind, and share his victory. Inspire our empty hearts to run to this vicarious one, and give us fellowship with him, the Father's one true Son. And give us fellowship with him, the Father's one true Son. Good afternoon, everyone. How you going? My name is Vanessa Kersting, and thank you all for coming out this afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside. Today I'm kind of going to be singing some of the songs that I've written, putting in a couple that you might be familiar with, and just sharing a little bit of a story through the songs that I share today. So as Dave mentioned, it's going to be pretty chilled, but I hope you have a good afternoon, and thanks again for coming out. This first song that I want to share with you is called God is Good. Back home we do this thing where we go, God is good, and then people respond by going, all the time, and then we go, all the time, God is good. You guys do that? Let's give it a go. God is good. All the time. All right, one more time. You ready? God is good. All the time. There we go. I love the day and things aren't going your way. When things go wrong, you wonder how to go on. You feel alone, like you're on your own. The pain is real, and it's all you can feel. But there's a light that's shining in the darkness. There is a hope for you and me. There is a love that's flowing through creation, and the truth that sets us free. You see, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Back here again, and you're at your wit's end. You drown in tears, you're paralyzed by fear. But you should know he won't let you go. You're not alone, he's been here all along. And there's a light that's shining in the darkness. There is a hope for you and me. There is a love that's flowing through creation, and the truth that sets us free. You see, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. You're not alone, he's been here all along. Our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, oh, our God is good. Oh, change, she's not stayed this long. She comes this far but then tries to move on. She's ready to run, she's always done. She wants it over, it has just begun. So let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, and know that he's proud of you. Let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, and know that he's proud of you. And live in his love and be secure. She's holding on so tight, afraid to let go. She's gotta feel that she's in control. But as love meets her insecurity, she'll learn to trust again. She'll learn just how to be. So let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, know that he's proud of you. Let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, know that he's proud of you. Live in his love and be secure. He's got you, he loves you, he'll never leave your side, and he holds you, and he knows you. No need to run and hide. He's got you, he loves you, he'll never leave your side, and he holds you, and he knows you. No need to run and hide. So let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, and know that he's proud of you. Let it go, fall in his arms, let it go. He's got you in his hands, breathe deep, and know that he's proud of you. Live in his love and be, just live in his love and be, just live in his love and be secure. Thank you. So that song has a line in it which says, "Let it go." I just want to say I wrote that song well and truly before Frozen came out. But it was kind of funny. One day I was sitting around, we'd been doing a conference and we were kind of just sitting around having some supper, and someone said to me, "Man, I just love your song, you know, just let it go, let it go." And I'm just like, no, that one's not mine. But, you know, that song just talks about how, you know, our security is found in God and who he says we are. There's so many things around us today in everyday life that pull for our attention and can distract us from who we really are. But God says, "I am and you are." And so the truth of our being, our identity is in Christ and in God and everything that he says that we are. So today as we just hang out and I share some songs, I hope that that truth will be something that you're reminded of today. How do you feel about learning an Aussie song? Feel up for it? Yeah? So there's a few Aussie things that we have. We have a little chant, which I can teach you a little later, but this song is kind of our version of Sweet Home Alabama. You know how when Sweet Home Alabama plays, everyone gets really excited and then starts singing along? This is kind of our version of that. So whenever we hear this on the radio, we crank it up and then we start singing at the top of our lungs, in or out of tune. But this song is called You're the Voice, and it was made famous by a gentleman called John Farnham, and then later re-recorded by Rebecca St. James in the 90s. And it just talks about how often in life we kind of focus on the differences between us and other people, whereas this song is trying to unite everyone and just going, how much longer can we look at each other and focus on those differences that divide us? You know, how much longer can we look down on somebody else because they're different to us? So instead of focusing on those differences, let's try and focus on the things that make us similar. You know, we all want to be loved. We all just want to be loved and accepted for who we are. And that's a really important thing for us to remember in today's day and age, that, you know, we do have a lot of similarities, and so let's focus on those. So this song, the chorus is, you're the voice, try and understand it, make a noise and make it clear. We're not going to sit in silence, we're not going to live in fear. It's about just taking that stand and just really being about, you know what, I'm not standing for division, I'm not standing for hate, I'm going to stand for love and what love is. So the chorus part is what I'm keen for you to kind of help me sing. So it kind of goes, you're the voice trying to understand it, make a noise and make it clear. And then everyone goes, whoa, whoa, oh. Do you reckon you can do that? So what I tend to tell everyone is, even if you just do a warble where it's like, you probably got the melody there somewhere. So, let's give it a go together. You're the voice trying to understand it, make a noise and make it clear. Oh, whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence, we're not gonna live in fear. Oh, whoa. You reckon you got it? By the end of the song, you'll be pros. Let's give it a go. We have a chance to turn the pages over. We can write what we want to write. Gotta make ends meet before we get much older. We're all someone's daughter, we're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other down the barrel of a gun? All right, here we go, ready? You're the voice trying to understand it, make a noise and make it clear. Oh, whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence, we're not gonna live in fear. Oh, whoa, check it out. You guys did great. This time, you know we all can make it better. With the power to be powerful, believing we can make it better. We're all someone's daughter, we're all someone's son. How long Can we look at each other down the barrel of a gun? All right, here we go. Ready? You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Oh, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live in fear. Oh, whoa. You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. In silence, we're not gonna live in fear. Oh, whoa. We're all someone started, we're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other down the barrel of a gun? Alright, you're the voice. You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Oh, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live in fear. Oh, whoa. You're the voice. You're the voice. Thanks for joining in. You're all like adopted Aussies now. You know our song. So a few years back, and still even today, there was a thing called COVID, which kind of came and took over for a while. I don't know a lot about what happened over here, but in Australia it was pretty crazy time because they locked a lot of our country down for a fair chunk of time. Melbourne, one of our capital cities, was locked down almost for a year. So, people were isolated, they were separated from loved ones. Like, it was pretty brutal. But during that same time, we had the war in Ukraine and Russia start up. We had floods going on, we had bushfires going on. And I think for me, watching the news, I was starting to get really fatigued over just everything that was going on, all of this fear, all of this pain, and just not knowing what to do with it. Like, it just seemed like everything was so overwhelming. And I kind of was pondering on that while I had COVID and was in isolation. I was due to go into the recording studio the day I got out from isolation, so I took that time to do a bit of reflecting and writing for what I was going to record. And the kind of line that just kept coming back to me was, the one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. So even in the midst of the chaos, even in the pain and brokenness that was going on everywhere, it didn't change the fact that God was still in control. He holds and sustains creation, and he holds and sustains us through war, through floods, through natural disasters, and through COVID. Even COVID can't change that. And so I started to write this song, and it said, and one of the verses goes, "In the darkness there is hope. a living breath in your soul, a peace inside the storm. And so it kind of, as I released it, it kind of became a little bit of an anthem for people of, you know, even though the world's falling apart, we're going to make it through. Even when everything's going wrong, we're going to make it through because of the fact that the one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to us. So I want to share my little COVID song with you. When life falls apart and I don't know where to start, how to put it back together, what to do with this heartache on the journey that we take. Some days are just not easy. In the darkness there is hope, living breath in your soul, a peace inside the storm. Even when the world's falling down, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Even when we're falling apart, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it. The one who holds the stars in the sky, he's holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky, he's holding on to you and I. Watching the evening news, I don't know what to do when I see what's going on. What to do with this heartache on this journey that we take. Some days are just not easy. In the darkness there is hope, living breath in your soul, a peace inside the storm. Even when the world's falling down, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Even when we're falling apart, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it. The one who holds the stars in the sky, he's holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky, he's holding on to you and I. You know, that truth is not just a truth that's true today. It's not just a truth that was true yesterday, but it's the truth that is forever. Even when the world's falling down, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Even when we're falling apart, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it. The one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky His holy love to you and I. All right. How do you feel about doing some more singing? It's a beautiful day, right? So this song has a part in its bridge. So we've done ohs. Now we're going to do hey yeahs. Yep, for hey yeah. So it goes hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. That sound alright? Let's give it a go. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, sing hey yeah again. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. One more time. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. You guys got it? Sweet. All right, so that'll come in a little bit later. I'll let you know. But this song is called Across the Worlds. Across all worlds, He came for us with Father's passion burning, with strength and love in Spirit's fire. He fought for doing what love, what care, what fearless joy spent us in the night, that we may know as He has known the everlasting light. So awake, my child, you feel laid down. There's hope for which you long. The night is day, the sun is come, the Father's heart is strong. Here we go. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. You got it. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's sing hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, one more time. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah. Good job, guys. So awake, my child. You feel laid down. There's hope for which you long. Night is dead. The sun is come. The Father's heart is strong. All right, let's sing. Hey yeah, here we go. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's sing. Hey yeah. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey yeah, one more time. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, yeah, yeah. for joining in. All right, this next song is called Living in Your Love, and it kind of just talks about how, you know, in Acts it talks about how it's in God that we live and move and have our being, and so we are living in the love of God every day. So this song just kind of celebrates the fact that, you know, we are living in that love. Why do I keep you at arms like the way? Why am I so afraid of what you might say? Why do I get caught up in what happens today? And why do I keep trying to run away? It's time to break down the walls of my heart. It's time for a new start. We are living in your love. 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 Why do I say I'm happy when I'm sad? And why am I so afraid that you might get mad? Why do I get caught up in what's the latest fad? And why do I try to part the good from the bad? It's time to break down the walls of my heart. It's time for a new start. We are living in your love. 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 There's no more fear of what might be, 'cause in you I'm free. I know I can rest and just be, 'cause you love me for me. All right, as I've been traveling around, we've been doing a little fun thing to this song. So we have been doing a bit of a clap off. So basically we're singing this last chorus and clapping along to it, and we see which state, which place has the best rhythm. Do you guys reckon you're up for some clap off challenge? So it'll go, we are living in your love. We are that's it, living in your love. We are living in your love. We are go, keep it going. We are living in your love. 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 All right, keep it going through here. There we go. Good job, guys. You got some pretty good rhythm here. Pretty good rhythm. Yeah. That is very cool. You've been coached. You've got the coaching down. Good job. Oh, man. All right. So, as you know, I come from a country that's a little bit further away. It kind of takes a good day, over 27 hours kind of to get from where I live to the States. But Australia is known for many things. One of them is kind of that the bugs, the insects, the animals will kill you. Some of that is true. We do have like the world's deadliest snakes and spiders in Australia, but don't let that put you off coming to visit. We also play sports like cricket. We play football, but it is different to your football. It's not soccer, but it's we don't wear the helmets or the padding or anything like that. We just kind of like to run into each other and catch the ball. So we play sports a little bit harder. But there's also like some foods that are a little bit different. So we have, you may have heard the shrimp on the barbie. That's a pretty common phrase. We actually don't have shrimp on the barbie. So, we do barbecue, but only some people do shrimp on the barbie. It's not really a very common thing, but it gave us some good like publicity, right? Yeah. We also have these things called lamingtons. They're amazing. It's like this kind of sponge cake, and it's got chocolate around it, and it's got coconut, just wrapped in lots of goodness. So we have really good sweets. We have really good savory stuff, and we have this thing called Vegemite. Has anyone ever tried Vegemite? You've tried it? What did you think? Terrible. Oh no. Here goes my story now. So when you had your Vegemite, how did you have it? Uh-huh. So there you go. So one of the things that I've discovered over here is that when you do your spreads, like you do it quite thick. So like your peanut butters and your jellies and that sort of thing. If you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's like that thick or so. So with Vegemite, it is a very strong flavor. So it kind of, one of my friends tells me it looks like tar. It's like, I'm really going to sell it to you, so just, yeah, go with me here. So it's like, it's in a jar. It's basically one of our spreads, and it will go on toast or in sandwiches. But it's a yeast extract and also a vegetable extract. So it's full of vitamin B, and it's very, very salty. But the trick is, if anyone ever offers you Vegemite, and I'm so sorry that you don't like it, but make sure they only give you a very, very tiny bit. So the trick to Vegemite is you have it really, really thinly spread with lots of butter, and then it's a little bit more palatable. If you have it like you guys do your peanut butter, your eye will twitch for a really long time. It's like, even we don't do that. I have a friend up in Oregon, and I was showing them Vegemite, and we had cheese and Vegemite toasties, but he was about to go in with a teaspoon. You know how sometimes you go with like your Milo or hot drinks or whatever, go for a teaspoonful and just eat it off the spoon? Don't ever do it. So I was like, no! And stopped him, thankfully. So he got the better way of doing Vegemite. But yeah, it's a very unique thing to Australia. And it's very divisive of people that like it and people that are not fans. But there is also a song about a Vegemite sandwich. Has anyone ever heard that song? The Land Down Under. Yeah? Nice. So I'm going to sing that. Because the truth is, I do come from a land down under. I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. You better run, you better take cover. traveling in a freighter combi on a hippie trailhead full of nothing. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4", I'm full of muscles. Really tall. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Lying in a den in Bombay, with a slack jaw and not much to say. I said to the man, are you trying to tempt me? Because I come from the land of plenty. I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. You better run, you better take cover. You better run and get me a Vegemite sandwich. Just a bit of fun. So do you want to learn a little Aussie chant? You're like, really? So, back home at sporting events, you might, if you've ever watched the Olympics, you might hear this little chant that we do. So someone will go, Aussie, 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 and then the response is, oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. So then it goes, Aussie, 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 and again, oi, oi, oi. Then we go, Aussie, and it's oi, Aussie, oi. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. You reckon you can do that? All right, let's give it a go. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Look at that. Well done. Good job. So about 18 years ago, I travelled from Australia to the United States on my first ever trip. And it kind of didn't go quite as planned. So I'd kind of planned out, I was going to see some concerts, I was going to visit with some friends, and just catch up with my cousin for a little bit. But about 7 hours into the flight from Sydney to Los Angeles, which is about a 14.5-hour flight, I started to feel quite sick, and it ended up that I had food poisoning. So I landed in Los Angeles and made it by doing this kind of crab crawl through immigration. Made it through, but then kind of got stuck in the bathroom between immigration and customs and couldn't really go anywhere for a while. Eventually I made it out, and in Los Angeles they have like this first aid support, so I went and found them, and they sent me to hospital. So I spent my first night in the US in the hospital getting pricked and prodded and rehydrated, and then I went and spent some time with my cousin. But one of the big things that I was going to do when I was over here was go and spend some time with a friend that had just moved over, and that kind of went a bit pear-shaped as well, and we had this big falling out, and we kind of weren't friends by the time I left. But then this thing called Hurricane Katrina happened, And I was meant to be in Jackson, Mississippi the day that it came through. And so instead of going down to Jackson, I flew kind of over the top of like Katrina and landed in Nashville, Tennessee, where I met Amy and her kids. 10 minutes before the airport closed, because it was just such crazy weather, they shut the airport. And Amy and her family had just arrived in the States, like they'd been here for 3 months, so they were still kind of finding their feet and living with someone else. And so I went and crashed with them. And let's just say my favorite movie used to be Twister, until this night, where lots of tornado warnings were going off, because as we all know, Katrina was quite an impact on the States. And so I was sitting in my room listening to, like, these people that we were living with were kind of out in the country, so if the tornado sirens were going off, we would never have heard them. So I was listening to the wind chimes and like just remembering all the incidents in Twister, like the spoons going faster and faster as the tornado got closer. And so my little Aussie heart was kind of beating quite fast that night. We also had, I got bitten by a tick and got Rocky Mountain spotted fever. We fell in a ditch in the car. And it was just chaos, right? And it was about 2.5 weeks that I was here for. And my cousin used to joke that I could be the poster girl for Australians coming to visit the US. Like, look what can happen, come visit the US. But it didn't put me off. I've been to the States since then 23 times and applied for a visa back in 2019 and moved over here in February. So I love the US, even though that first trip was a little chaotic. But during that time, like, it was chaos, right? I had no idea what was going to happen next. My plans had gone all up in the air. It was like the rug had been pulled out from me. I hadn't ever met Amy or the family, so I was staying with people that were strangers, lovely strangers, but still, like, it was with people that I didn't know. And I kind of just remember sitting on the bedroom floor in the middle of all the tornado mess and just kind of like crying my eyes out, like, just like, okay, what is going on? And so as a way to kind of go through that, or trying to kind of make some resolve, I ended up writing, don't really journal, but every now and then I'll just write out kind of how I'm feeling, or some lyrics to songs or whatever. But it was such a brutal time, I couldn't look at them again. So it was about 6 months or so before I could kind of open up and reread what I'd written. But in the moments of chaos, in the moment of confusion, when I was looking back on this poem, I was able to remember that promise of Emmanuel. You know, and that promise in Joshua, I will never leave or forsake you. I will go with you wherever you go. And, you know, life can be chaotic. Life can be brutal. And sometimes we don't know which way is up. But the beautiful thing about the promise of Emmanuel is that never changes. God is with us always. Whether we're in the land down under eating Vegemite sandwiches, or whether we're here in the US, hanging out in the beautiful building that we're in, you know, nothing can separate us from the love of God. No heights nor depths, nothing that we go through or face can stop that promise of Emmanuel. We are held firmly and securely in the arms of God. And this song is just a reminder that we are never alone, even when we think life is undone. You know, I struggle a lot with like anxiety and depression, and I know that that's something that a lot of people in society struggle with. You know, there's some days that I just don't want to get out of bed, right? I just kind of want to close my eyes and shut the world out. But even in those moments, even in the depths of pain and sorrow, we are not alone. And so I want to share this song with you just as a reminder of that promise of Emmanuel, that God is with us always. I know you're standing on unfamiliar ground. I know you're searching for that old familiar sound. No, I am with you always. I see you breathe deep for the courage that you need. I know you try to be strong, but you're feeling so weak. No, I am with you always. You are my beloved child, the apple of my eye. I know you feel alone, and you think you're on your own. You are beautiful to me. If you could only see, you're part of me. You are never alone. I see you crying in the middle of the night. I see you fall apart when you think everyone's out of sight. No, I am with you always. You are my beloved child, the apple of my eye. I know you feel alone, and you think you're on your own. You are beautiful to me. If you could only see, you're part of me. You are never alone when you think your life's undone and you've nowhere left to run. Feel my arms around you, holding you so tight. When you start to feel afraid and your courage starts to fade, no matter where you are, I'm always right here. Ooh, I'm right here. You are my beloved child, the apple of my eye. I know you feel alone, and you think you're on your own. You are beautiful to me. If you could only see, I'm with you. You are never alone. Oh, I'm with you. You are never alone. Oh, I'm with you. You are never alone. Have you guys ever had a day where you don't feel good enough for something? Or a day where you don't feel loved enough or worth enough for something? Kind of like the bar is here and you measure in short. You guys ever had days like that? Yeah, me too. I've realized more and more as I travel and talk with people that I call them lies, right? I call them lies of not being enough or not being something. But I've realized that it's something that each and every one of us struggle with from time to time. That lie of, I am just not, insert here. For me, I struggle with lies around being alone. I struggle with lies of not being loved enough or beautiful enough or worth enough. And every now and then, I also struggle with the lie of, do I matter? But what I realized a few years ago is that for every time I would say I'm not something, Christ would come back at that and say, yes, you are. So I'd say, I'm not loved enough. And Christ would say, you are loved so much more than you know. I'd say, I'm not beautiful enough. And Christ would come back at that and say, you are beautiful, you are wonderful. I'd say, I'm not worth very much. And Christ would come back at that and say, you are worth so much more than you know. I made you for greatness. That's the truth that he speaks over each and every one of our lives. That's not just the truth for me, but it's the truth for each and every one of us. You are loved so much more than you know. You are beautiful. You are cherished and adored. And you matter to the creator of this world. The thing with lies is that sometimes they can be pretty loud. But the truth is the truth, and nothing can change the truth. The truth remains solid, and it's that ground on which we can plant our feet. Christ stands in the middle of our pain, in the middle of our brokenness, and he says, these lies that you believe about yourself, this is not who you are. You are worthy. You matter. You are loved. Christ tells us this over and over and over again. He never gets tired of reminding us who we are. We are the beloved children of God. And that is a truth that never changes and cannot be changed. And so this song that I want to share is a song that I wrote when I was kind of being slammed with lies. It's called For All the Times, and it's a bit of a love song from God to us, just reminding us over and over again, you are loved, you are beautiful. Christ just says to us, come and sit for a while and let me tell you who you are. And so I encourage you, just as I sing this song, to know that the truth of these words is the truth that is being spoken to you. You are seen and you are known and you are loved right to the core of your being. There is nothing hidden from God, nothing that he doesn't know or understand. He embraces us as we are and loves us unconditionally. And so this song is called For All the Times. get told. Hear me say I love you. For all the times you don't feel beautiful, hear me say you're beautiful, wonderful. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times you feel alone, hear me say I love you. For all the times that you were told that no one would care, feel my heart beat for you. For all the times you don't feel good enough, let me say you're worth more than you know. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times it gets too much, feel my arms hold you. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times you don't get told, hear me say I love you. I have just one more song that I want to share with you guys this afternoon. My hope, anytime I kind of go and share or play music anywhere, is just that you will be encouraged of kind of two things. One is that you are never alone, no matter what you're going through. That promise of Emmanuel is real. And two, that you are loved so much more than you can possibly dare to imagine or dream. Loved from the foundation of the world. Love has always been with you and will never, ever leave you. And the fact that the heartbeat that goes through creation is that same heartbeat that beats for you. And so this last song that I want to share kind of just sums all of that up. If you've enjoyed the music or you want to take a little bit home with you, I do have a little merch table out in the foyer. There's this t-shirt as well out there. There's a couple of shirts, but this one is brand new. It's kind of my favorite thing right now. It just reminds you that the one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. So thank you again for coming out today. Really appreciate you coming out and supporting the day. And may you know you are loved. You are loved more than you can dream. You are loved more than anything. Better than everything you've seen. Wilder than all imagining. Yes, it's true. I love you. Sometimes it feels like we're on our own, fighting a battle nobody knows. The pain is heavy deep inside your soul. I want you to know you're not alone. You are loved more than you can dream. You are loved more than anything. Better than everything you've seen. Wilder than all imagining. Yes, it's true. I love you. Tears stream like rain on your face from the warmth of love's deep embrace. Your soul breathes for the first time in so long. Love has been here all along. You are loved more than you can dream. You are loved more than anything. Better than everything you've seen. Wilder than all imagining. Yes, it's true. I love you. Yes, it's true. I love you. Thanks again for coming out, everyone.